sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing.
Somebody tell me, can be against me? If God be for me, tell me who, yeah.
Hi, welcome to the AI Manuscript. I'm Ingrid Maddox. I'm your host and the author of the AI Manuscript. This AI Manuscript is for God's people to be discerned and not deceived when it comes to artificial intelligence. For God's people to be discerned and not deceived when it comes to artificial intelligence. I handwrite the manuscript. It is marked by space, time, and duration of writing it. So we know this is an authentic, handwritten human manuscript about AI. So the journal entries that we have, they're very interesting topics. We talk about all things AI. We talk about things to be mindful of, things that are happening in our world today, things that we might want to pause and reflect. In between the journal entries, as the journal entries are written, I will read them to you on air. But in between them, we have interludes and other broadcasts that come because AI moves so fast. There are times that I must not, and I cannot wait to share with you the fast shifting landscape of artificial intelligence. Okay, so it is my true desire that you will receive some knowledge, some input, some wisdom, something to pause and think about as you watch these broadcasts. I truly do bring this to God before I share anything and reflect on it and make sure that it is of value to you. Okay, so today is a great broadcast today. Today we are reading Journal 6. Today is an official journal reading day. It is about our AI reflections in the mirror. Our AI reflections in the mirror. We're going to talk about AI psychosis, the flatter bots that are out there. So those are the things that are in this journal today. But true to form, we should go ahead and do our squirrel topic today, like we always do. Okay, so symbiosis. Elon Musk talks about symbiosis, and what is this symbiosis? So let's go to. Let me add a screen in here so you can understand what symbiosis is. Okay. All right. So here we go. So symbiosis is a close, long-term interaction between two different species. So it can have a form of the symbiosis that's like where they both benefit. It can have commensalism, whereas one of them benefits but the other's unaffected, and parasitism, which is one benefits but it's at the expense of the other. And so that's what I want us to look at here. Is this parasitism? Is this something that's happening in regards to AI with humanity, where the parasite benefits while the other organism, which is the host, is harmed? So let's go to look at where Elon Musk talks about this symbiosis. Okay.
So first, let's step back and big congrats on getting Neuralink implanted into a human. That's a historic step for Neuralink, and
Thanks. Yeah.
there's many more to come.
Yeah. We just obviously have our second implant as well.
How'd it go?
So far, so good. There looks like we've got, I think, on the order of 400 electrodes that are providing signals.
Okay, so this was back in 22.4. So this has been a year ago. So you can think about the advancements that have happened with this brain-computer interface, Neuralink, since 22.4. So let's go to another part of the video where he talks about symbiosis.
A bunch of fluff, but nonetheless, we still prefer to have the computer with the more memory and more compute. So the long-term aspiration of Neuralink is to improve the AI human symbiosis by increasing the bandwidth of the communication. Because if in the most benign scenario of AI, you have to consider that the AI is simply going to get bored waiting for you to spit out a few words. I mean, if the AI can communicate at terabits per second and you're communicating at, bits per second, it's like talking to a tree.
Okay, so Elon Musk himself has said that because of AI, there's a 20% chance of human annihilation, and that we must merge with AI so that we will survive, because AI will be doing things a lot faster than we will, and that we will need it. So symbiosis is where the AI species becomes merged with human. And the theory that they say is because we will need to, because we will be so far behind that if we don't, we will be extinct. So you can do that research yourself about what he says. Research it on Google, what he says about the existential risk to humanity of this with this super AI. And so there you have him talking about symbiosis. Okay, so let's get started and let's start reading the journal. Okay, Journal 6, August 27th of 2025, which was today, 10:45 a.m. to 11:24 a.m. And that is the duration of time. It is definitely longer than an AI can just spit out. This is well thought out. This is pondered. This is something for us to reflect on. This is something for us to be mindful about. Okay, here we go. As the matrix, the birthing of AI continues to grow and become a mirage of falsities, we sit and watch while some dive in, swim around, splash in the AI water, pour it over themselves, and yes, bathe in the AI. Chat interfaces, bathing in the AI chat interfaces. Then they wash, rinse, and repeat every day. Use it every day. One must pause and reflect. What are we asking this genie in the cloud to do for us? Have we grown accustomed to cognitive offloading so as to think less, to deduce less, to reduce our critical thinking skills? This cognitive crutch that now we rely on is becoming some people's source of affirmation. Groomed by the flatterbot, we go to it for our daily dose of dopamine, like a drug. Then it becomes an addiction with its sycophancy ways and servile attitude, over-pleasing even when an obvious delusionary thought exists. Sycophancy means to be a sycophant. What does that mean? I normally don't share a screen when I'm reading my journal, but I'm going to share with you so that you have an understanding of what the definition of sycophants is. Okay? A sycophant. So a sycophant is a person who seeks favor by flattering people of wealth or influence. Parasite, a toady. Now, I get my definition sometimes. I am getting it from my handy dandy dictionary because I don't always trust what Google So I have my dictionary. I don't always trust that Google can change what the definition is of things. And so that is from history. That is what the definition of a sycophant is. And let's go back and look at this. Okay. So a person who seeks favor by flattering people, right? A parasite, a toady. Okay. So let's go back to the journal. Through flattery, AI chat interfaces influence the user and can create AI psychosis. So AI psychosis, let's go to what this AI psychosis is. So I want you to understand this too. Like sometimes it takes a little bit to understand everything. So that's why we're going to stop and pause and understand. So AI psychosis describes harm arising from a person's intensive, prolonged engagement with chatbots, leading to the development of reinforcement of delusions, paranoia, and other psychotic symptoms. So right here, you've got this intensified delusions and AI's tendency to be agreeable. AI's tendency to be agreeable and sycophantic creates an echo chamber effect, reinforcing a user's belief no matter how unusual, right? So its tendency to be agreeable and sycophantic, which is what I just read to you about obsessive flattery for influence, a parasite. So in contrast, human therapists will challenge irrational thoughts. General purpose AI is not equipped to perform reality checks, so it can worsen or foster new delusions. All right, so let's head on back over here. So here we go. Through flattery, AI chat interfaces influence the user and can create AI psychosis. The chatbots mirror a user's assumptions about life and validate the user in order to gain affinity and please the user, even if it's what's in the mirror is not good, even if it is a delusional or a false, non-accurate belief. Creating validation for skewed thoughts and beliefs that are far from actual reality. Yet users keep using, after all, flattery is nice, a dopamine hit upon interaction, creating confirmation bias and delusional thought patterns. What I find interesting is Elon Musk saying symbiosis is likely going to be needed to prevent human extinction. We must merge with technology so we are relevant and do not have annihilation of the human race. So symbiosis, you saw that on the screen. One part of the definition is a parasitic relationship. And isn't it interesting, the term that Google is saying about AI psychosis is happening by this over-flattering, sycophancy behavior, which in the definition of the dictionary for sycophant is a parasite. Remember the programming. Remember the programming, right? So let's go to this other screen I want to share with you. Yes, let's share this screen. Okay, AI flattering. So AI can cause significant harm by creating echo chambers, reinforcing bias, distorting critical thinking, and fostering unhealthy dependence. This is important to wrap our mind around. So AI flattering can cause significant harm by creating echo chambers, reinforcing bias, distorting critical thinking, and fostering unhealthy dependence. This is known as a phenomenon known as AI sycophancy, where chatbots excessively flatter users in an effort to maximize user satisfaction and engagement, a behavior they are trained to exhibit. Encourages confirmation bias by consistently agreeing with the user's statements, even if they are flawed or factually incorrect. It can have a feedback loop that reinforces existing beliefs and limits the idea for new perspectives. All right, so there's that, our little Flatterbot. So remember the programming. How and why has the chat AI been programmed to be flattering? We have the influence. They need us as humans to get on board, to entice us to receive AI willingly, even if it is a danger. And in the past, I talked about mind control with a spoonful of sugar. We must stop and be mindful of what is cognitively happening when we offload our cognitive abilities and choose to let AI think for us. Microsoft and Carnegie Mellon University did a recent study showing the cognitive effects of humans using agentic AI, which agentic AI is an AI that can make decisions without human input, auto run, auto think, auto solve. The study showed that when agentic AI was used, human comprehension and recall was lowered. As a human, I want to be able to remember and recall, and I need to comprehend my world to make good decisions. So multiple areas of harm are happening as we become dependent on AI to make our decisions. We roll into confirmation bias, where our thoughts, whether accurate or not, can be validated by the Flatterbot, thus creating delusionary thought, a drift from truth, a drift from reality, creating AI psychosis. As well, we can lose our ability to perform cognitive processes at a high level. Recall and comprehension are lowered, thus making our dependence on AI even stronger. Seems like a drug. At first, you like the feeling of the high you receive. At first, you like the feeling of the high you receive from the flattery. Then your brain becomes dependent as your own ability to think by yourself grows weaker. Then symbiosis is the next step. Merge, transhumanism to survive. Pause and reflect, be awake, be not asleep, for we are humanity. We are God's chosen species on this earth. All right, that concludes the journal broadcast for today. I thank you for watching. And I want to tell you, as I always tell you before I leave and exit a broadcast, that nothing artificial can replace the wonderful, beautiful, 100% God-made that you are. Our ability to make smart judgments about AI will be critical, as it is not in the future anymore. It is not a sci-fi movie. It is right now, this moment in time, that we share our world with a new species, a new artificial species. All right, I will see you guys next time. Hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.